Good evening, everybody. How is everybody? Good evening, good evening. Let me get my camera up here and running. There I am. So I can see who's in the chat. We got a lot of people in the chat tonight. It's nice to see everybody. It's good to see everyone. I saw all kinds of people in here. So if you guys wouldn't mind just hitting the like button, it does send it out to the algorithm. It does something special when you guys do that. So if you guys wouldn't mind hitting the like button, if you're not subscribed to the channel and you like true crime, that's your thing, make sure you subscribe. That's what we talk about here. So we are going to be watching the Banfield. NewsNation is doing a special tonight over the Idaho 4. So we're going to watch it together. Going to have like a watch party, I guess you would say. So, hey there. Hey, everybody. Like we have a lot of people in the chat. I have to go up a little bit. I saw Melissa. She's back. I don't know if she left, but she said, yeah, she said she'll be back. So I saw that she was back. And Gwen and Summer, Trippy Dead's here. Oh, Marina Girl. Eddie, Princess Mega Elsa. You still in here, Princess Mega Elsa? Amanda Cujo's here. Oh, you guys are all here. Spilled Beans, Steve. Oh, we got people even rolling in some more people. I love it. Margot's here. Sprays Rainbow, she said. And Scorpelina. Oh, I love it. Well, I'm glad that everyone is here. We will, so it's going to start at 9 o'clock tonight, which usually goes on at 10. But since it's Sunday, I guess it's a special deal. Thank you, Summer. I appreciate that. I just put it on. Well, thank you. I don't really wear green very often. It's like I don't know. It's my favorite color, but I rarely wear it. But thank you very much. I appreciate that. I actually got ready for you guys. We went and cleaned the car out today. That was our exciting day. And it looks like a brand new car. Do you ever feel better after you like just clean something or organize something? It just makes you feel a little better. That's what I feel like. You cleaned all day, dog hair. We live in dog hair. I wash our bedding at least every other day. I'm not even exaggerating. We have 2 dogs. They live on our bed. That is their spot. So they stink, they're dogs. One likes to roll around in the grass, which is super cute when you're watching it, like other people are watching it. They'll stop their car and they're like, oh, look at her go. Because she's like this big dog and she'll just be in the grass, just rubbing her back all in it because her back itches her. So she scratches her back in the grass. And if there's mud, or we live where there's a lot of mallards, like ducks. So if there's duck poo, she'll go right in it. She don't care. And then she wants to go get a dog bath afterwards. She tries to go to the dog bath place. So, because it's like 2 doors down. They do, Cujo. Cars do run better when they're cleaned. Vincent changed the oil and then we went and cleaned it today. And I'm like, this is nice. We need a new car though. We're ready for one. Ready for a new car. And Vincent's going to get a new job, I guess. So a lot of new things are going around here. I don't know how I feel about that. And everybody about the cat last night. It wasn't my cat. If anyone saw the live last night with me, thought I freaked out because I thought I heard Rocky dying. And there was no cats outside this morning. So we're good there. I think it was just a wild cat getting in a fight. But yeah, wasn't my cat. But I was like, oh my gosh, I've been thinking about that cat. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, GP. Do I call you JP sometimes, GB? No, I don't think I do. GP. But yeah, the pet hair is everywhere. And we have a cat too, so he runs this show. Sometimes he's in the closet, but he's not. Your little Maltese sleeps with you? Oh, 2 little Maltese. We have a Weimaraner and a boxer pit. They're not small. And the boxer pit will get down, like they have beds, they'll get down and like they'll lay on them, but the Weimaraners, she sneaks her way back up every time. But last night I kicked her off the bed and I made room for the cat because I needed cat cuddles after last night. Speaking of which, I hope Patty's okay. She was a new subscriber. She lost her kitty, so I hope she's okay. Hey there, Kaylee. I love that how you do that, Kaylee, like that. That's thinking on your toes. Has anybody else's allergies been bothering them? My allergies have been off the chain today. And actually, speaking of crazy weather, is anybody in the storms that are going on right now? Is everybody okay? Nobody's without power or anything? Because I know that there's storms. There's going to be a storm hitting where you are, Margot. Oh man. Prayers. Yes. Sending love and prayers to Teresa. I hope she's doing okay. Where is Teresa? Is she not in here yet? No. Hope she's okay. Hope she's feeling better today. Maybe she's listening. Maybe she'll listen later. Hopefully she's feeling good. And hopefully she'll reach out to me if she's not feeling good, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here for the good, the bad, and the ugly. So yeah, I hope she's okay. I'm glad that you guys are all in here. If you guys are just now joining us, if you don't mind just smashing the like button, we're just kind of hanging out, while we wait. She's in the hospital? What? She didn't tell me that. I didn't see it. Oh, she's right here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Teresa, I didn't see your message. I didn't even see the email. You must have just sent it to me. Oh my gosh, I hope you're okay. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Okay. She's okay. She's going to be okay. She's okay. I'm like, Teresa, don't do this to me. Don't you do this to me, Teresa. You get better and you get back here tomorrow, ma'am. I'm just kidding. You take all the time you need to feel better, but I need you in my chat. We need you here. Yeah, I saw this. Okay, she just wrote the email too. Okay. Oh, I hope she's okay. Y'all are going to make me have to travel down to Florida. She's going to need me to take care of her. Well, I haven't got it yet. Oh, wait. Here we go. Okay. Oh my gosh, she had surgery this morning? Oh my Lord. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that out loud, air out her business, but well, Teresa, you feel better. And you know what? Those nurses are there to take care of you tonight. So you make sure that you're not in any pain. You are on some good medications. Teresa used to be a surgery nurse. So Teresa knows how this stuff operates. That's the one thing I can feel. I can feel rest assured that I know that Teresa knows what she needs. That's the one thing. Because she was a nurse, so that makes me feel better. That she's like, I need the stronger stuff. That would be me. Oh man, yeah, I'll go to Florida, no problem. We'll come there and we'll take care of her. We have the best chat too, because we have one of everything. Man, we're just praying for her. So, oh man. I always say, take your meds and then some. Yep. Especially when you're in the hospital. They'll give you extras too. Come stay at my house, Melissa said. We'll be traveling around. I'm already about that van life. I'm already on it, so I'm all about it. And you know what? We could just even just travel over to the West Coast and park it in Vincent's mom's house. We do, Margot. She said we all love one another. We do. Yeah. Well, good thing I did before the live, or I'd probably be in tears, because y'all be good. Everybody be eating their vegetables, drinking some water. I've even been drinking more water, and that's not like me. So everybody drink your water, eat your veggies. Exercise when you can. And if you can't exercise, just dance a little. That's the best kind of exercise to me. I love dancing. My dogs don't like it, but I like it. They don't like it. They don't like any fast movements. They're like, what's going on with her? Oh, Cheryl, well, we love that you have us, and we're always here. That's what we're here for. Oh, you're in Cape Coral. We do have people in Florida. We will just send the subscribers over to Teresa's. It'll be like, what was that movie back in the day? Was it She's All That? Remember that movie, She's All That? It was early 2000s movie. And she had to stay home because she had to clean her house. And the guy wanted her to go to the dance with her or something. So he brings the whole soccer team over, and he's has the soccer team doing the players doing different chores so she could go out that night. That would be us as Summers. Melissa said, I love that movie. I did too. There was good movies in the early 2000s. Those were some good ones. Compared to what they have now, I don't think they have any good, not any love stories, which I can't watch them anymore anyway. I cry. She is Santa Maria. Santa Maria? Does that sound right? She's she's going to be in the chat going, that's not right. I think it's Santa Maria Island or something like that. She's on like, it's beautiful wherever she is. I like looked it up when she said where she was from, and I was like, oh. Oh, in the middle of strikes. Wow. Freddie Prinze Jr. I know. Have you seen him lately? He's still with Sarah Michelle Gellar. I love that. Them two. Like, they made it work. They made it happen. And that's like so cute because they were like in movies together. Oh, Cheryl, I forgot you're in I'm about to say Canadian, but I was thinking Canada and Canadian at the same time. But I forgot you were in Canada. Margo, I cry watching a commercial. The same way. The dog commercials count me out. Count me out. I can't do it. Or like sick children ones. Like, I just can't, I'll be crying. I can't do those. Or like, even just sad, just like even the trailers for movies, if they're sad. I'm just like, I can't watch this. What time is it? Oh, 8:57. I don't want to miss it. Like, everyone will be like, Tanya, what time is it? Did I miss someone? Oh, yeah, Catherine came in here. Oh. If you want, just try to stay on. We're going to watch a good show tonight. Catherine, we're going to watch, NewsNation's they're doing a special. I don't know what they got to say. But I promise y'all, if they talk about the firing squad, what did we watch last night? There was just, it was like repeats. I'm sorry, guys. It seemed like it was repetitive. Or his time in the jail. Like, those are all things that, like, we already know that. We want new stuff. So hopefully it's new stuff. And no offense, I love Jennifer Coffindoffer as much as the next person, but she's been on this a lot lately. I'm just like, I told Vince, I was like, if I have to see her one more time, which I was like, I already know I'm going to have to see her tonight because she said on her Twitter she'd be there, which I like her. It's just like, she's just always there now. The SPCA commercials, I can't watch them. Marina girl, I can't. Especially when it used to be Sarah McLachlan in that Arms of an Angel song. That was the worst one. That was, as soon as the song came on, you knew. Turn the TV off or run the other way. Because you knew those doggies were going to be coming out and the cats and I would keep them off if I could. Hey, Lori, she came to our happy place. You found your happy place. We're here. Summer said I need everyone to follow community guidelines because I'm too ADHD. Jesus, we don't have much Teresa in the chat to calm us down tonight. I just thought of that. Oh, hey, how are you? Oh my gosh, look at here. Your emoji, that's funny. Or I don't even know what those are called. Pictures, I don't know. Oh, Sarah, yes, she is. She is Canadian. But that song, oh my gosh. And I actually found a video. I'll turn this on. I found a video of my parents from Christmas, and that song was playing in the background. It made it even sadder. Okay, I'm going to turn it on NewsNation because it's like right now. I didn't realize it. Like, it's not going on this quick. Let me see. Let me go back. I think it was like in the middle of it, so. Here we go. I'll be back with commercials.
Hello, welcome to the Sunday special edition of Banfield. I'm so glad to have you here with us. It has been such an incredibly busy week of breaking news, exclusive revelations in the Idaho student murders that we thought it was important to bring you this special report tonight to put together everything that we've collected over the last week so that you won't miss anything if you're following this story. In particular, we were able to find access to a very significant letter that the University of Idaho sent out to the parents of the 4 victims who were murdered at 1122 King Road. And why the letter has been so significant is that because everybody has been wondering, what is the plan for the demolition of that crime scene, of that murder scene? It is a horrendous blight. I think everyone can agree, on the campus and the outer bands of the University of Idaho, and it has been excruciatingly painful for the kids who are still there, for the staff, for the locals who live there, that house is still standing. And as it stands, it is boarded up with plywood. There is a chain link fence around it. There has been no access to it. A security guard still stands sentinel outside to make sure that no one gets in. So the letter that went out from the university to the parents effectively laid out the protocols for what's ahead, and it is soon. The demolition will be soon, right after the remediation efforts are finished. But the university wanted to make sure that the family still has another opportunity to retrieve their loved ones' belongings, the things that the kids still have in the house that have been in there ever since the murders took place in November. So we're going to outline all that for you on this program tonight. Not only that, but what it means if the demolition goes ahead / when the demolition goes ahead. Not all the parents are on board. Some of the kids' parents agree that the house should come down, and others don't agree that the house should come down. Some are very worried that if a jury wants to go to the scene of the crime to see and hear for themselves, they won't be able to do that. It does happen in other crimes. We've seen it before. In OJ, they went to 2 scenes, OJ's house and also where the victims were killed. But in this particular sense, it has raised some debate. We're going to talk about that as well. And then Brian Kohberger, if he is convicted of this crime and faces the death penalty, Idaho has made some very profound changes of late. And it is moving fast. That if the death penalty drugs aren't available, the firing squad is. What is that going to look like? How does that get carried out? Just logistically, how do you find the marksman? Who gets the blank? We've got all of that for you on this program. And then, as we like to do, we like to hear from you. We call it Your Theories. We invite you to send in your 30-second on-camera selfies to tell us what you think about certain aspects of a crime, how you think it was carried out, what you think about the prosecution, the defense, or any of the machinations of the case as it progresses. And with this one, hearing that murder scene may soon be razed and demolished, that has a lot of people very concerned about the possibility that a jury visit may not be possible, what that might mean for a conviction or, God forbid, an appeal, as some say. So there's a lot that's on the docket, but I wanted to get for you, word for word, what that exclusive letter from the university to the parents actually said, because it's very thorough, it's very tender, and it's very, very specific. So let's move to the very first story that I told you about, and that was that exclusive letter that we have now obtained that the University of Idaho sent to the parents of all 4 of the victims of the Idaho student murders at 1122 King Road. And it has to do with the future of that home and what's going to happen and when it's going to happen. It's extremely sad because this is this is just it's still a mysterious tomb, if you think about it. So many of the possessions of the kids are still in the home. And the university wanted to address that with the family as well. Not only the plan for the house of demolition and remediation, but also reclaiming what's left. And there is reaction as well from the families, which I'm going to give you in a moment. I just want to read this letter to you, word for word, without any editing. Okay, it begins this way. I am the acting general counsel for the University of Idaho and oversee the legal services for the university. I first want to express my condolences to each of you for the tragic loss that you've suffered. I greatly appreciate the positive manner in which you have interacted with the university in the aftermath of this tragedy. I am writing to communicate to each of you regarding the university's plans for the house at 1122 King Road. As was conveyed to you by Dean of Students Blake Eccles, the homeowner gifted the house to the university with the intent by both parties that it be demolished. Before doing so, we will complete remediation within the house to address biohazards and chemical hazards that exist as a result of the crimes and ensuing investigation. At the completion of the remediation, we intend to have the remediation team gather any items of personal property that do not appear to be contaminated and transfer them to university personnel who will take these items to a secure off-site location for representative members of the families to review and recover items of your family members that you wish to keep. Items not selected will then be properly disposed of. This will not apply to large, bulky items such as sofas, beds, or the like, to the extent that any remain on site. If you have specific items you wish to be on the lookout for, regardless of size, please let me know. If we can locate and retain them for you, we will. We intend to proceed with demolition as soon after completion of the remediation as can be done. We do not yet have a specific date for when this will occur. We will notify you of the demolition date in advance so you are not caught by surprise by media reports. In the interim, we are making every effort to respect the dignity of your loved ones, and our activities will be done outside of media scrutiny as much as possible. The house is currently surrounded by construction fencing. The windows and doors have been securely boarded, and we are not allowing access into the house by anyone not specifically authorized by the university. Anyone authorized to enter the house will be required to agree to strict non-disclosure and will be prohibited from taking photographs or otherwise recording the inside. This communication constitutes the university's formal notice to you of our intention to proceed with remediation and demolition as described above. If you have any concerns with these plans, please contact me by April 3rd of 2023. We will address those prior to proceeding. If you have retained legal counsel, I encourage you to share this communication, notifying you of the proposed plans. You or your counsel may contact the Office of General Counsel via email, that's redacted, or call me at the phone number listed below, which I've redacted, to discuss any concerns or objections that you may have. Once again, I want to express my deepest sympathy and my condolences to each family member. It is my hope that the university's plan to remove the house helps you in your healing. A reply indicating you have received this email would be greatly appreciated, and the letter is signed by the acting counsel at the University of Idaho. So that had to be processed by the family members. They have to either respond, at least to tell them that they've received the this email, and then also if they have any concerns about the plans for remediation and demolition, and then if they have any specific items that they would like to point the university to for retrieval. I think you'll probably remember on December 7th, the last time that personal items were taken out of the house, we were present. And it was such an incredibly solemn moment. This was a law enforcement action. They took the personal items out of the house, and they walked those items one by one out to a truck so that they could transport it to a waiting warehouse where the families could come and retrieve them. I think we have some video from back on December 7th. And I'll tell you what, when they brought out the boxes and the suitcases and the golf clubs and the bags of clothing and loaded it into the U-Haul, it was such a sad moment. I'm going to play this for you, but I want you to just know what's happening outside the purview of the camera. The media stayed a long way back on the other side of the road to shoot this, but nobody spoke. The media didn't speak. No one asked questions. The officers who were bringing those items out to load up the U-Haul truck, it was dead silent. It was so solemn. So I'm going to run that moment for you, but just know that we are running it with the existing natural sound. It's just that it was so quiet in observation. Take a look. That was a day that was observed by our senior national correspondent, Brian Enton, who was among the media representatives, staying across the street and watching, observing, but out of respect, staying quiet. Brian, that was such a difficult time. I had thought that all the items were brought out of the house, and here we learn that there are still more. Do you have any idea how they'll set up this next transfer of property?
Yeah, it was very, very sad, Ashley, just because we had been so into the investigation of the case at that point, and it was just a very human moment then seeing the victim's items brought out. But you'll notice the U-Haul truck, which the police chief was driving, by the way, and it was police officers who were working the case who were bringing the items out, so it was emotional for them too. But you'll notice that U-Haul, it wasn't a very big U-Haul, so it clearly wasn't all of the items that belonged to the kids inside the house. It was just some of them, which explains why there are more items in the house and why likely the families are going to want to retrieve some more of those items. So, couches, we did see the mattresses come out at one point, but couches, other pieces of furniture, all sorts of stuff. Again, you see how small that U-Haul was. You can just imagine all the other items that are still left behind there.
So, Brian, on December 30th, that was the day that Brian Koberger was arrested. Within hours of his arrest, his public defender, Ann Taylor, put out a request to stop all remediation, all cleaning. And at that time, I remember us seeing these privacy curtains going up, and it looked as though they were going to empty out, big items, and then that immediately stopped. But there were big items that were still unloaded. What was the progression of that? And what happened with whatever was taken out of the house after the video we just showed?
Yeah, so there was that initial time where you just saw where the chief of police backed the U-Haul in and they took out a number of the personal items and then returned those to the families. Then there was another time that they went to the house and started removing other items. The mattresses were really the most visual thing that we could see. They were putting them in the back of pickup trucks. They were really starting to clear out the house, or at least start the process to do that. And that is when they immediately halted it. The public defender asked for it all to be stopped, which is really, really interesting because they were in the middle of doing it and they just shut the whole thing down. Exactly what was going on behind the scenes was still sort of unclear. It appears perhaps the public defender wanted an opportunity to really look through the house before things were moved around too much. But all of that stuff, before they could get it out, was left inside, which again explains why they now have to go through this process now and remove all the additional items from the house.
I can understand that. I want to end our discussion just with an answer that the university gave us when we asked if this is officially no longer a crime scene, because we have not had that announcement made by the police that it was it a crime scene and has the title transferred. And they kind of gave us a half answer, Brian. Do you have the letter in front of you, the executive director of communications?
Yeah, I have the quote here, and essentially they said that it is no longer a crime scene, but basically said the house has been fully transferred to the university, and we are able to proceed with our plans to demolish at this point. All parties are aware of our intentions to demolish the building as quickly as possible. And obviously you read the letter, so we know the families received that letter, but it is officially no longer a crime scene. You see it's boarded up. There's still a security car outside, but it fully belongs to the university now. They've said they want to destroy it by the end of the semester, and it seems that that's really like imminent at this point.
Hard to parse it. They didn't give us a really clear no longer a crime scene, but they did say we are able to proceed with our plans, which would indicate that it's no longer. Brian Enton, thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Ashley.
So some of the family members have told me they are very upset with the concept of the demolition taking place before the trial. They are concerned that if the jury wanted to go to the home to take, a view for themselves, listen for themselves, look for themselves between rooms, et cetera, that they won't be able to do that. So several of the family members said that they were concerned about this and that they actually reached out to the prosecutor about it to ask that it not happen. Other family members have said that's not how they feel. So there is a split among the family members about this potential demolition. And I only say potential because a court can always come in and compel. And I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. But first, I want to bring in a couple of people who know a lot about how the public is responding to this. Christine Cameron and Alina Smith are the moderators of a very popular Facebook group, University of Idaho Murders Case Discussion. The group members, and I think, ladies, I think you're past 250,000 group members on the Facebook group. They have a lot of different opinions about not only the various aspects of the investigation and the prosecution of Brian Kohberger, but they also have a very deep concern for the families who've been left behind. So Christine Cameron and Alina Smith, I'll put this out to you, Christine, first. What do you think that the general consensus is about the house coming down among your group?
I think that most of the students on our page feel that the house is creepy. It's spooky. They don't like walking by the house and the constant daily reminder. They say it's triggering and they can't heal and it's difficult to move on. And many members on our page agree with their sentiments. However, the flip side of this is many worry about the ramifications of tearing down the house prior to the trial.
So, Alina, jump in on that point. What do they say? What are their specific concerns about the demolition prior to trial?
Hi, Ashley. I agree with Christine. That is the biggest consensus on our page. And everybody's saying that, I mean, it's pretty split, but I think most of it's like 60% towards have them leave it for the trial because, I mean, if you think back to all the other trials like OJ and even Moselle, Casey Anthony, they wandered and looked at the sites of the crime scene, and it's a lot to see the visual part of it, and it helps with the jury decision. And I think I was actually very surprised when you said that they don't consider it a crime scene. I did not know that. So when you said that just now, I was like, oh my gosh, to me, that's shocking. So I think that was too premature, and that needs to be reconsidered. And like you mentioned, they can still, attest this in court, and I hope they do, because
so
it's very important.
I have to say, honestly, I am parsing the words of the university as we spoke with them, and I was not 100% clear on it because it literally says this: the house has been fully transferred to the university, and we are able to proceed with our plans to demolish at this point. They didn't answer the specific question we had, which was, has it now been declared free from being a crime scene? I just assumed that that's what that meant. We are able. So it's still, I think it's still up in the air with nuance. I'm not 100% sure, but I do want to ask you, Christine, jump in on this. We had reporting from the parking lot that there were kids coming by and doing TikTok dances. I mean, and not just once, that it was a repeated affair. There have been plenty of looky-loos, crime tourists who have come. Some of them are really quite lovely, and they leave a memorial or flowers behind. Others, pose and drive by, take pictures, and then, of course, the TikTok dancers. How does your group weigh in on what they're seeing in terms of the activity out in front of the house?
Ashley, I think that this case has been so big that so many people are interested and invested and in this story. And unfortunately, they want to be a part of it. And seeing the house, walking by, making videos, it's gross, it's disrespectful, but everybody, whether it's positive or negative, wants to be a part of this. And I would say that a majority of the people on our page don't condone that. They don't think that that's respectful in any way, shape, or form.
It is.
And
it's shameful. It's not just disrespectful and gross. It is so shameful, right?
Taking down the house. I also feel that it only benefits Brian, because removing this so prematurely, you don't know what, the jury would want to see.
Yeah. I have only about 10 seconds left. Alina, is there a consensus among your group about what they'd like to see happen with the actual real estate, with the site?
Yes, so we did put that question out there, and I did want to mention the best idea that I read, and it was a satellite station for campus police or local police, and to include a center for personal safety education. And I thought that was a great.
That is delightful. And thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate it. And thank you to your Facebook member that posted that. And I also have to thank the two of you for being, what's that?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. There were a ton of ideas that were, but we thought this was by far the best one that we read.
It's excellent. And I also want to commend the two of you for being so incredibly respectful and keeping this discussion group civil. I know that it's been difficult at times. So thank you for doing the work that you've done and allowing people to share. They care. A lot of them really care a lot.
Thank you. We definitely tried. It's been very testy the last couple of months, and it's because there's not been a lot going on. And, you know, once the hearing comes up and hopefully the trial, we'll be back on track and keep things a little bit more serious.
Well, it's nice to speak with you both in person. Thanks for doing this tonight. Appreciate it. And I hope we have a discussion in the future too.
Thanks for having us on, Ash.
There is a raging debate across this country, and it's almost 50-50 for and against the death penalty. But if there is a death penalty, there's an even bigger debate on how to carry it out. And Idaho has had the debate and solved it. They've said that the firing squad will be the backup if the death drugs aren't available, which means if Brian Koberger is convicted of murdering those 4 kids in Moscow, Idaho, he could face the death penalty. And if the sentence is death, he could face the firing squad. So many questions about how it's carried out. Who are the marksmen? Who gets the blank? Who gets the live rounds? Are there ramifications for those who actually take part in the shooting? And what does it actually look like when they are strapped to the chair? We're going to run through the whole thing for you coming up next.
Okay, so call me kind of naive or whatever, but I didn't realize that they, like, I don't know why I didn't know this, but I didn't know that they like strapped you to a chair when they did the firing squad. So I'm going to read off this article really quick. It just says in this article, authorities noted that law enforcement interviewed an unidentified DoorDash delivery driver who shed light on the timeline and was eliminated as a suspect. And then there's a video, but I don't know if it says that on the video. Let me see. No. This looks like, no, that's just his court. That's just him at court. I was trying to find like some articles. Auto Flower Lover said, people usually do things in memory of others in the place they died or are laid to rest. Yeah, I understand that, but I don't know. It's just, I don't know. To me, that's just something I don't know. I don't know about it. That's just, kids are different though. I'm almost 40. No, I'm not that close yet. Still got a few years, but you know what I mean? I'm on the other side of 20. So I personally never had like TikTok available to me back then. But I just don't think I would do that. Oh, they don't sit in a chair? Oh, so I am right. Because these people, they're showing a chair, like it looks like you're going to like sit in the chair and they're going to electrocute you or something. Yeah, I'll look at that, Greg. Yeah, because I'm gonna watch his video over again. Because I listened to it, but I like missed parts of it because I was listening, but I wasn't listening. Cause I took some like pictures and stuff. I was like taking pictures for the store. So, he may have said something I didn't see, but yeah, I know that the police came out and said that they cleared them. Catherine said, yeah, call me old school, but I would never think to do some petty crap like that. Yeah, for clicks and views, I guess. I don't know. So 9mm is saying they do sit in a chair. So it is the chair that they're sitting. I thought they just lined you up on along a wall. I don't know why I thought that. Like, did anyone else think it like that? I literally thought they just lined you, like they just put you out there. I don't know why you wouldn't run. I don't know why I would think that. I mean, obviously you would run. They're not going to do that. But I didn't know. Yeah. Well, I guess that the reason why that they're doing the firing squad now, they're bringing it back, is because the people that actually make the drugs for, the lethal injection, they're not even going to make them anymore. So, let me put her back on. But she's not telling us a whole lot new.
We're uncomfortable with talk about violent death and violent death methods. I'm going to give you a break, give you a chance to turn it down, but I'm about to talk about something that's quite disturbing. Some people would find upsetting, offensive, wrong, inhumane. Other people would find exactly what this country needs, and it is the firing squad. And I'm going to tell you exactly how it works, because now it is real, and it is coming to a death chamber potentially near you if you're in Idaho, and a couple of other states as well. So it has happened before. It was a choice by an inmate named Ronnie Lee Gardner. And here's how it worked. When he decided he would choose the firing squad, he was hooded and he was strapped to a metal chair. And then there was a target that was taped to his heart. He faced a wall 25 feet away. And behind the wall were 5 anonymous marksmen. Each of the marksmen took a shot at Ronnie Lee Gardner. 4 of them had bullets. 1 of them had blanks. Last night I said it was the opposite, 4 blanks and 1 shooter, but it is actually 4 shooters, 1 blank. And within 2 minutes, Ronnie Lee Gardner was pronounced dead by the Utah Department of Corrections. This is the backup method for Idaho now. And this is the way Idaho condemned could end up meeting their fate, like Brian Kohberger, maybe Chad Daybell, if they're convicted. An Idaho defense attorney says this is inhumane and it is barbaric. Some others say it traumatizes the witnesses or even those who actually are the marksmen and have to carry it out. A certified death investigator we've spoken to says it is the most humane method, actually, because it is, number 1, fast, and number 2, effective, no chance for botching it. And that's not always the case with the drugs. I want to bring in Richard Dieter. He is the executive director of the Death Penalty Information Center, and he's also a civil and human rights attorney. Richard, thanks for being with me. I'm always mixed about this because I have heard horror stories about what we thought was humane, and that's lethal injection. And I hear the opposite about the firing squad. Where do you weigh in?
Well, lethal injections have become very problematic in the U.S. They used to be very routine, and people went to sleep and were executed fairly quickly with little controversy. But the drug companies have refused to sell their drugs for these executions, and the doctors and nurses don't want to participate in executions as well. So you have a procedure with experimental drugs, unproven drugs, administered by people with not the experience you might find in a hospital, but people who work in the correctional facility. So things are not going well with lethal injection. It has its own problems. Of course, being shot is also a rather horrible experience to go through as well, I'm sure.
Can I ask you, the method by which you die if you're shot and the target is over your heart, does it stop your heart or do you bleed out? Because I have heard it both ways, that it took 2 minutes to pronounce Ronnie Lee Gardner dead. And I've heard that it's a bleeding process. It doesn't seem like it would be.
Well, I am no doctor to know that precisely, but I can say that there have been problems with firing squads. They're used occasionally in the military and on battlefields, and sometimes the heart is missed, and of course then it's bleeding out. Or sometimes a person goes on breathing and is not quite dead despite being shot, and we know that happens in society outside of the firing squad. So things can go wrong, but I think that the biggest problem is the shock, what we're asking victims' families to go through to watch someone else be shot by 5 people while their family of the person being shot is also standing by, and you blow them away with 5 rifles. That is not going to sit well with anyone, regardless of what happens to the individual, the defendant, who's the person here.
Right. I suspect we're still, fluid in the death penalty in this country, and it will more than likely end up as a Supreme Court, debate. But we'll have to have you back, and certainly as this moves its way through Idaho as well. Richard Dieter, thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
There is clearly so much for Brian Kohberger to think about, and it might be a good thing because he is in solitary. He's in protective custody. He is locked up alone. He doesn't have any contact with other inmates in the Latah County lockup. That is in the bottom floor of the Latah County Courthouse. It's only 2,000 square feet or so for all the inmates who are in there, somewhere around 19-ish, give or take, who comes in, who goes out. Brian Kohberger doesn't move. All the other inmates get to talk amongst themselves and be in a pod. Brian is alone. But he does have a TV, he does have a remote, and he does get 1 hour of free time. So what does he do with that 1 hour of free time every day? We have some surprising insight from our sources close to the jail and the case. And coming up after the break, you're going to learn what his everyday has been like and what it will be for the next several months.
No, I'm just telling you, I was just telling you what I read online. Like what we've been reading online is that they were identified and that they're not a person of, I forget exactly where it was because I think I went down from it, but that they're not a person of interest. It says authorities noted that law enforcement interviewed an unidentified DoorDash delivery driver who shed light on the timeline and was eliminated as a suspect. But then there's a lot of people going around saying that it's Brian Kohberger. Well, not a lot of people, a couple creators. And so I just wanted to see like the proof, Drip Drop didn't make it clear to me. I don't know why. Maybe I wasn't listening to him. Maybe I was in La La Land or something. I mean, I did hear him say everything I'm telling you is not the truth. And like he said that a couple of times and it's not factual. So I was just wondering, like, if it was, so like, if the DoorDasher is Brian, what's the proof that it was Brian is what I guess I'm saying. I guess that's what I was trying to think of. Sorry, I was reading the chat. Oh, I've read the affidavit, the PCA. I've read that front and backwards. I never said it was in the PCA, y'all. I've said that 3 times. I never said that I saw this in the PCA. I'm reading from a news article. I just don't want to change the Banfield because I want to be able to get right back to it with no problemos. I'm gonna have to listen to him again. But then I know I'm gonna end up listening to him and then coming back on here and being like, what? I think I'm just gonna write Moscow and ask him about it. Why not? Okay. Yeah, because I was trying to find some more like articles on it, but I didn't have a chance to. That's true. It's just crazy that like, I'm just going to say this because, and I have no problem with any creators at all. Like I really don't, but there's a lot of people hanging their hats on like his words when, you know what I mean? Like I don't understand that. Like, I mean, there's been a couple people come in here and they're like, you need to go and you need to go. And I'm like, I don't need to go really anywhere, but okay. y'all be attacking me there. But I'll go check it out again. Cause I watched it, but maybe I did miss something. Cause he said that he had missed it too the first time I don't know. It's just a conspiracy theory. Well, that's what he kind of said too. I do remember that in the beginning of his video. Oh, okay. Okay, talk to me there then, David. I need to hear what you got to
And
say.
tonight, a dump of information about things that he is doing inside that jail, how he is changing, how he is behaving. For starters, he is apparently losing weight. We're told by our sources in the jail that he is, over the last, I guess it's now been almost 3 months, right? He went in early January, February, March, has been taking off a significant amount of weight. Maybe that vegan diet not going so well. Maybe he doesn't like the food. Maybe he's trying to lose weight. Whatever it is, he's losing weight. He's also found God or Jesus or I don't know, someone, because he yet again went to Mass yesterday, being Sunday. He's allowed to go. It's also a time when he gets human contact, kind of, not really, but kind of, because in the multipurpose room, also known as the library, also known, well, a bit as the gym, but that's changed. He gets to sit with other inmates for the first time, gets to be in the same room as other people, but he's not allowed to make contact with them. So he chose to go to church again on Sunday, yesterday. The witness, the source tells us that he walks around a lot smiling, and as though he has not a care in the world. That was the description, quote, not a care in the world, and appears to be getting a lot of sleep, because what else are you going to do, right? You're in max lockup. You have your meals in your cell. You're only allowed outside for an hour a day. So he's getting a lot of sleep. The TV that he has, we are told now, is actually positioned just outside the bars of his cell. It's his own TV, and he gets a remote, but it's actually outside the bars of the cell. So he's having to watch his TV through the bars. But we are told that the tablet that he has an app on it, and for 5 cents per minute, he can watch older movies. So you do the math on that and figure out where that money might be coming from, or if he has it, or if he's spending it. But he does have access to older movies on a tablet at 5 cents per minute via that app. We're also told that the pull-up bar and the push-up bar that was located in the library as part of the gym facilities, they've been taken out. We don't know why, but the pull-up and push-up bars have been removed from the library. We're also standing by for the documents. So I just want to remind you that at any moment, if they drop, we're going to get you up to speed on that. As far as the firing squad, we're also told that in Idaho, there is already a group of officials looking into constructing a firing squad facility at a cost of $750,000. Department of Corrections, though, very concerned about trying to get people to act as the firing squad because of the psychological damage it can do to the people who actually hold the guns. Okay. At this point, I want to show you the 15-second video that Autumn Gonzalez posted on her social media, updating how she's feeling about being living in the wake of the death of her older sister, who she looked up to so much. And if I can run that video, I'm going to read for you what the printing says on it. I can't play the music. It's a copyright issue, but I can show you the video. She says, "Remembering I have an older sister when stuff gets hard, I'll be in denial forever. What about the plans we made?" She's been posting a lot, sharing photos of the two of them together and sharing their online chats as well. And you may remember that they both had an older sister named Olivia, who just had a brand new baby. She named Theodora Maddie K. Stevenson in honor of both Maddie and Kaylee. I want to bring in Brian Enton, now our correspondent, who's been at the forefront of the reporting on this story. And we should remind our viewers, Brian, that we are awaiting those documents. Do we have any idea what we're going to get in the document dump? Like what kind of warrants with information and how redacted they're going to be?
We don't know exactly what's going to be in the documents, Ashley. We assume that it'll be search warrants like the last time there was a document dump. We got an indication that the documents might be coming on Friday. That didn't happen, so it's possible they could come tonight. Basically, the judge, we have learned, is signing off on new redactions, that these new documents will come out. But the way the process works, they have to go through the Supreme Court of Idaho's website, and then they get posted there. So it really could come at any moment.
Okay, Brian, the other question I wanted to ask you is about this new legislation. This is like, it's earth-shattering, it's jaw-dropping to think. If Brian Koberger is watching the news or getting any news headlines, maybe even a newspaper, who knows, the headline in Idaho is going to be that the legislature passed the possibility of a firing squad. But take me through the nuances of it and how it could actually come to pass. If Brian Koberger is convicted, it's a death penalty case. If they seek the death penalty and if the sentencing goes forward, the jury has to agree, judge has to agree. How could that actually happen? What has to happen for firing squad to kick in?
Well, it's interesting because a lot of people didn't think this would happen. When I was filling in for you one night, we interviewed a lawyer from Idaho who said, I don't think it'll ever get that far. Well, guess what? It's now gotten that far. It's made it through the legislature. All that has to happen now is the governor has to sign off. And the issue here is they've got lethal injection right now in Idaho, but there has been a shortage of the medications that are used for the lethal injection. Such a shortage that there's been one case where a man was on death row and they've had to delay the execution because they haven't had the medicine. That is why this new bill came up. That is why it has now been passed. If there is a medication shortage and they don't have the medicine they need for the lethal injection, if this gets signed off by the governor, then they can use the firing squad. So, you know, if it makes it all the way through, and if Brian Koberger is sentenced to death, again, a big if, we're just early on in the process, basically there would have to be a shortage of that special medicine that they use in the lethal injection, and then the firing squad would come into play.
It's remarkable because that has been one of the reasons so many lethal injections have been put off, executions have been put off, is because of the availability of the drugs. And so now this is the second backup. Looks like it would be instantaneous and there would not be that delay in time. But it's a big question. I think we're going to have to do a lot more conversation about it because it does require a number of people to actually be part of it. Typically, most of them have blanks. One of them doesn't, but nobody knows which one has the blanks. But there's a lot to it. So Brian Enton, thank you. Appreciate the reporting on this. A lot of people have a lot of opinions when it comes to the death penalty, lethal injection, and certainly the firing squad. And a lot of people have a lot of opinions when it comes to what should happen to 1122 King Road. This is the point in the program where we are thrilled to hear from you. We love getting your theories. We always ask you to take a selfie, 30 seconds or less, send it in, and we like to put you on the program. And right after the break, you're going to hear a number of different theories from a number of different viewers about the possibility that that house might come down. It means a jury can't visit, and that can be troublesome. What if it stymies the case? Might something happen before then? Can the prosecutor compel the university to preserve that scene? There are so many questions and so many theories coming up after the break. Lauren Matthias and Tony Bruschi are going to join us, and so will you. See you in a moment.
So I'm just like, that's just so strange to me. I don't know, no conspiracy theories. I'm just calling conspiracy theories, no conspiracy theories. I wonder if all the victims bled out quickly. I wonder if they died quickly. I hope so. I mean, I hope that they not the last part, I hope that they went quickly. But I know in my heart that a couple of them we know fought. So thank you, Pamela. She always be smashing the like for me. She's my girl. Yeah, smash that like button if you guys don't mind. It does help the channel grow. It really does. Really does. Death cheering. Yeah, death cheering as well. And that was a question I had last night too. Because I was just like, you know, are there people in the gallery to like see this or whatever, you know, like when they do lethal injection? And I don't think that they died quickly either. I think that maybe some, but probably not. Because we know that, I mean, Kaylee's dad came out and said that her wounds were really bad, like the worst out of everyone's or something. And then Zayneth's dad had come forward and said that she had really bad defensive wounds. And I can only imagine that Ethan probably had the same because, you know, he's a guy. He probably fought back a little bit, but yeah, I remember him saying that he missed it the first time. And so I'm like, and I was listening to him, but I just don't know where my mind went. Neurosurgery. Oh, nice. I have a neurosurgeon. Haven't had it in my head done yet. Thank God. Nothing there yet. Just migraines, but, you know, just in case. Yeah, let the families do the fine. You know what? I bet you that Steve Gonzalez is probably a pretty good damn shot. Maddie Mogan's father, too. I'm just saying. Probably. What? You didn't get fired. David said I faced a firing squad on Monday. It was my boss telling me I am no longer employed at his company. Well, if you need a job, I'm not hiring yet, but I might need a proofreader. I don't know. Someone told me that it was Crime Curious. Ever since she said she had a proofreader, I'm like, I want a proofreader. Don't really need one, but you know. They're not tracking anything. Neurology. Wait, did you say something different? I thought oh yeah, no, I have a neurologist. He does my Botox for my migraines. And I have like some sort of like, what's it called? Nerve problem, but they can't really put their finger on it because I just have so much metal put in my body. So it's not like an RA or fibromyalgia. They don't know where to class me into yet. 9mm lipstick says she'd volunteer for a firing squad. So what were they saying? Why not? Okay, so I don't get it. Why aim for the heart? Aim for the head. Well, they say to always go center mass when you're taught to shoot, like they say center mass. So I'm assuming you can get a shot in the head and live. Best chances heart, and Botox works great for migraines. Oh my gosh, it's great. I love it so much. I'm very fortunate.
Close to the case, and we have found out that in the library, there are plenty of law books. We also have found out that he can take books back to his cell. So as a criminologist, is he reading law books, preparing for his own case? Has he switched from criminologist to wannabe lawyer? Fascinating to know, though, that he doesn't get a lot of time out of his cell in the library or rec. So to take those books into the cell means he can keep on reading, even if he's not in the library. Can't always do that at every jail. We also got news this week from the University of Idaho. They sent a letter to the parents of the kids who were killed at 1122 King Road with the plans for demo and also for retrieving items. And a lot of people are upset about it because some people think that there should be maybe a jury view opportunity. I want to bring in Lauren Matthias. She's the host of the Hidden True Crime podcast, and Tony Bruschi, who's the host of the podcast Hidden Killers with Tony Bruschi. This is viewer theories, guys. And so the very first theory I want to throw to is Gina Feddersen from St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands, who wants to have a comment about what I just mentioned. So take a look.
Hi, Ashley. In regard to the Brian Kohberger case, I don't feel that the home should be demolished. We should respect the family's wishes, as many of them have come forth in opposition of that. Let's wait until June. Let's see what happens in June, what information is uncovered and shared, and take it a step at a time.
So, Lauren, some family members agree, some family members don't agree. What do you think about what Gina has to say?
I think she makes a solid point. I mean, why not wait maybe until the trial? At the same time, though, I think there are so many students that would like to move on, and the idea of perhaps a memorial garden or something that could bring a little bit more peace to the campus might be a good thing for the students.
Okay, Tony, this next one comes from Amber Getze in Hershey, Pennsylvania, and it's actually more of a question, so let's have a listen.
Hi, Ashley. My name is Amber, and I was just wondering, with Brian Kohberger not having much human contact, do you think that Professor Ramsland has reached out to him about a possibility of a book? And do you think that maybe he's agreeing to talk with her? Or do you think maybe he's just waiting, or she's waiting until after the trial, so no information hurts him before then?
Super interesting. Tony, what do you think? Dr. Ramsland being the famous criminologist, what do you think?
There could be the possibility of the book, but I would imagine at this point, if there is that in existence, that's going to get shut down very quickly, or any proceeds of that book going to the direction of any sort of victims or things of that nature once this gets settled. But there will inevitably be many books about this case at the end of the day. As far as what Kohberger is involved in, I think that's still, kind of up in the air.
All right, I'm going to end with Lisa from East Lansing, Michigan. This is her comment on Kohberger's defense. Take a listen.
Hey, Ashley. I think Brian will try and explain away any DNA evidence by saying he was previously in the house for a party. but he'll never admit guilt even if it becomes completely obvious he did it.
I think that is such a great point. Lauren Mathias and Tony Bruschi, I cannot wait to see what opening statements are in this case, because it's going to be intriguing no matter what. Thank you both for this Friday night appearance, and I hope to see you again soon.
Thanks, Ashley.
We love hearing from you. Do not stop sending us those incredible videos. In the meantime, there is something that we have been waiting on. The Idaho courts promised us on a Friday night, I don't know, days and days and days ago, that they would drop a big batch of new documents. Yes, there's a gag order. They're trying to walk the fine line and at least drop items of significance that have been cleared. Can't affect the defense, can't affect the prosecution, can't affect any witnesses. It's the document dump they've been promising for days, and now we are expecting to get it in the next few days, maybe even tomorrow. So coming up after the break,
I don't believe you, Ashley Banfield. I don't believe her on that one. We were all here, remember? It was St. Patty's Day, and she had the 4 people that she kept, like, I don't know if, I thought we were on the live, or I watched it, but she kept those 4 people over to read all the documents that she said were going to come flying in any minute. And they looked pissed. Like, they did. Like, they were young. It was a Friday night it fell on. You know, they wanted to be, like, out with their friends, not waiting to read paperwork. And, like, exactly 3,000 years later, so I think you said that it's like, wasn't that over a week ago? Yeah. Today's the 26th. Come on, get your stuff together. That was 9 days ago. And I've been looking and I don't ever see any documents. Oh my gosh. You weren't in any storms or anything through there though, right? Because aren't the storms going towards South Carolina, Summer? We saw them going towards South Carolina, so I hope you guys are okay over there. What's PDX? I'm not sure what that is. Yeah. I used to love Ashley. I don't know what's going on with her it's been a little while, but the last week, if I hear, I said it before, like in the beginning of the live, if I hear anything about the damn firing squad or the demolition of the house, and that's what we heard. I'm like, and this was like supposed to be a new special, but we like went through most of these clips last night. Because if you didn't watch the live last night, I had like a million little clips because I didn't realize that we haven't done an Idaho 4 live for like 9 days or something. It was like a long time. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button, y'all. Is that where you're from? I didn't see where I asked you where you're from and I didn't even see where you said. Are you from West Virginia? Because you're right. I mean, I'm in Ohio, so that's close to me. Really? You're getting pummeled with horrid storms right now? Oh, gosh. So what have you missed? We're watching the Ashley Banfield episode. Like, she's doing like a NewsNation special tonight. They're just basically kind of going over things that we sort of heard. I mean, they did have that 5-minute, firing squad little demonstration that they showed. But other than that, I feel like it's been clips I've been showing you guys. But basically, that's what they've been talking about. And then we've been just chit-chatting in the chat. It was a beautiful here today in Ohio. Like, it's 52 right now, but it was like almost 70. Yeah, I live in Ohio. Someone said, do I hear they knew exactly where I was from. I can't remember how they worded it. And I was just like, yeah, how do you know? Mountain Mama. Everyone thinks I'm in Hawaii. That's funny. Yeah, she did a complete rehash. Jamming. Because it was like, wait, she's changing her shirts, but then she didn't. Well, and then those 2 Facebook sleuths came on, like the Facebook, girls and stuff. And I'm like, wait a minute, we watched this last night. Did I miss someone coming in? Oh, I didn't even see you, Jacqueline, up there. Huntington, West Virginia. Pretty close. You aren't in Columbus. You're so close. You're the closest, probably. I would say. Actually, no, TLC Bell is a little closer than you. Just a little bit, though.
On the Idaho student murders in quite some time. It is great when there is sunshine. I call sunshine the best disinfectant. When there is a public process and all of a sudden a gag order makes it not so public, we like to know that there is every effort made by public officials to make sure that the public actually does play a part in prosecutions. Otherwise, it's a little like Iraq. You don't want to, really, you don't need to have silent prosecutions in a country that has great jurisprudence. So we're awaiting the big document dump, and we have a team standing by to parse through it and let you know all of the information and affidavits in the Idaho murder case. Not only that, some specific requests that have been made from the parents to the university about some of the items that are still in that home. The university said, let us know if there's anything specific, and we will do our best to make sure. Well, now we're finding out a little bit more about what some of those requests are. And then in the Lori Vallow case, we are 1 week away from her trial. And boy, is there a lot that is coming to light right before trial. You're going to hear some of the specific conversations between Chad and Lori, texting before Tammy was even dead. And then you're going to learn about Chad Daybell's life as a gravedigger. That is not a joke. Thank you for being with us this Sunday night. We'll see you right back here, 10 p.m. Eastern for Banfield tomorrow night.
Let me unmute myself there. That was Ashley Banfield. You son of a gun, you. She said, I thought we would see more. Like, because we literally went over like a lot of that last night on our live. I don't know if you guys remember, but I'm not going to say nothing about her because don't take down my video, Ashley. You're my girl, Ashley. Really? Oh, you probably are sunburnt. 75 to 80 every day. Oh, I want to be hot like that, though. It was nice going out today and getting hot. So I have a funny story for you guys. You know how I lost my AirPods last night? Well, I didn't really lose them. I mean, they're not found, but I know that they were on my lap and I never got out of the vehicle. So they had to have fallen out of my lap when I was getting out of the car because I had like a huge bag in my lap. So someone around me has them or something. So I put signs like by the apartment beside mine and then on the other side and then in my building today, just like saying like, hey, I lost my AirPods. You know, this is like my third pair. Like, and I don't lose stuff. Like, I'm not one of those people that loses things. So I told you guys last night, like, I even cried before the live a little bit because like I take things so personally, like when I lose them, because with me being blind, that's what it is. It's just like I get hard on myself. Like, I'm like, you lost it. Like, because I'm really good at putting things back. I'm just really good. So nobody turned them in. But Vincent was cleaning his car because the last one that I lost, the last pair before this pair, I actually only lost one AirPod, but I couldn't find the other AirPod forever. And I didn't really need it because I had, you know, my new ones. Well, he like got super excited today and he thought he found the AirPods, but he found the one. But I have one now and the new ones come tomorrow. So, oh, you don't have to do that, Frank. I bought some today. Me and Vincent, I had like a $25 gift card for Amazon. So we used that. And then he helped me pay for some of them and I paid half because I just got them. And I'm like, I'm so good, guys, at like if you looked at my phone, it's in like perfect condition when I send it back. You know, like you trade your phones in. I mean, my watch is still like, I've had this watch probably 5 or 6 years. It has minimal damage. I've never lost anything like that. No jewelry or anything, no rings. But I lose these. Like, and it's because they're so small. So I ordered a case to put on my key ring. Figured if I put it on my key ring, maybe I won't lose them. I was reading your guys' chat. But yeah, so that was my story to tell you guys. I was just like, oh my Lord. But I was like so sad. Like when I hate being sad and then, you know, having to come on a live because you don't want it to be like where it comes off like you're sounding sad. But I came on and told you guys right away because I can't keep nothing. See, I know that's what I should do, but I can't help it. So they were on sale. I think they were on sale. I got like the second generation. So I think they were on sale for $99. And so and then we had $25 gift cards. So it wasn't like too bad. But if they miraculously show up, if someone calls me, I'm gonna send them bad boys back and be like, I don't need these. But I'm gonna buy a case for them and just try to be more like better. Because I don't know about y'all, but I wear them out. Like I listen to YouTube 24/7, it seems like. Okay, other than when I'm sleeping. So even when I'm at the grocery store, I love like listening to like some of y'all's lives. I mean, like, you know, the people have channels. I'll listen to your lives when I'm in the grocery. Or when I go to Target, which is like every day, y'all know me and my Target, I have to have them on because I'm such an introvert now. It's weird. Like, I know I'm an extrovert here, but usually I'm introverted. I don't want people to talk to me. So I feel like if my headphones are in, like, people won't talk to me, you know? You're the same sleepy. Yeah, I'm just like, don't talk to me. Or like, I just put my headphones in. And I just like, I have some Sony ones, like, I have some, like, well, I have one AirPod now. So, I mean, I could do an open panel now at least again. These are, I call these my airport ones because, like, the cord is so long. But, like, look at these. I can't wear these, Cheryl. No, I can't do it, Cheryl. Oh, thank you, Summer. Oh, thank you. I'm gonna have to save it for extra AirPod. Actually, I'll buy an AirPod case. I'll buy an extra one. Thank you, Summer. You're so sweet. Oh, you sound like me sleeping. She said, depending on the day, I'll straight up pretend like I don't know you. I'll have a whole conversation with myself to get you to go away. I'm the same way, which is thank God I'm not in my old town like I used to, like I grew up in, because I would be so anxious all the time. Oh, that's okay because I'm poor, Cheryl said. I should be poor after all the AirPods I've went through. Shoot. But I really, like, I love my AirPods. They're really, like, they are just a part of me, you know, and they're a part of my being. Like, I literally thought I was missing something. I was, like, doing circles. Like, and it's just because I'm blind and, like, I'm hard on myself when I shouldn't be. But you guys are so awesome. So Vincent said I should probably get air tags. So maybe that's what I'll do with my next YouTube check. Get some air tags and just stick them on everything. We'll have to hold a fundraiser for Cheryl. Yeah, my head's too little for headphones. I had Vincent's on one day just to see what they look like, and his are huge and they looked ridiculous. Just never take them out of your ears and never lose them. Well, I should have done that, all saying. I was listening to Grizzly. That's what I was listening to her, and I was trying to take like a little nap on the way home because for some reason, even though I was in a horrific car accident, the only time I can really sleep like real good is in Vincent's car when he's driving. I don't know why. I can just sleep like an angel in the car. I could just go to sleep like a baby. So I was listening to her, and then I remember taking him out. Like, Vincent even remembers exactly where I took them out. And we were in the car until we got home. And they're not in the house because they would have been in my purse. Do you know what I mean? Or in my coat pocket. It's just like crazy. Give yourself a break, girl, Frank. I know. I'm going to. I'm like, I'm going to give myself a break. I was really hard on myself last night, though. You've lost 2.5 pair. That's funny that it's 2.5. Like, I've done the same. 3.5 now. Or 2.5. I don't know. Too many. You watch Grizzly too, Pamela? I like her. I really liked her, but I didn't, like, her accent was really strong at first. But now I'm starting to be able to listen to her without having to watch, like, her mouth move, which is good. Because, you know, like, I'd have to, like, watch her the whole time. Where's your daughter from, Cheryl? How far does she live from you? Is she close to you? Now that's one woman who needs to stand in front of a firing squad. She is bright. Yeah, she is. Oh my gosh. So I was like I went to her chat the other day and she literally had like 2,000 or 3,000 people waiting, or 2,000 or 1,000, or I don't know. It was like a mad amount of people just waiting for her to come on. I was like, woo, I would be like so up. Like for me, like if you're an extrovert, and I am truly an extrovert in my heart, but I'm an introvert at the same time, it's just very weird. But the more people that I have in my chat, you'll see the difference. Like, I don't know. I know that I could see the difference. Sometimes, like, if it's like a slower chat, like we have like a slower chat going, sometimes like I don't know. I need you guys to be like uppity with me, and you guys always are. But if like, it's like a weird time and everyone can't kind of come in and we have like 30, 40 people, sometimes I feel like I'm not like as like awake with you guys, you know what I mean? And I want to be, but that's what people are, like extroverts are. They feed off of people, just that's what we do. We just feed off of people. So I'm going to need y'all to be here. Okay. I'm just kidding. Her channel boomed. It did. I think I started watching her around like 60,000 subs, which wasn't like a lot. I mean, she has like over 100,000 now. See, that's what I'm going to do, Ashley Higgins. I should have did that. So the first pair I bought, I did buy a case for them, and then I just lost it. Lost the whole thing. Second pair, maybe I only lost. Second pair, I lost one. The third pair, I lost them both. That was this pair. And then I have a pair coming tomorrow between, I think, 7 and 11 a.m. from Amazon. They were like next day delivery. And I'm like, well, oh, Lisa, you are my favorite YouTube on here. Oh, I like to put my jammies on and drink my tea and kick back and watch you, and you're friendly. Oh, you're friendly and have a great personality. That's so sweet. Thank you, Lisa. That's so sweet. I try. I had good parents. I guess they were all right. No, they were the greatest. I guess that's what it was, my upbringing, just your upbringing. And I'm proud of myself today. I actually, so if you guys don't know a lot about me, I own a boutique as well, like a clothing boutique. And I've been slacking on that bitch. Like, I'm not gonna lie. And it was my passion. And it still is. So today I did like pictures for Instagram, and I did them from like Facebook, and I got a really good response. Like, cause I don't really talk to a lot of people, like other than you guys, really. So when I put it on like my social platforms for Poppy and Ari, a lot of people don't follow me on those social platforms other than people I know. So it was nice to have like people that come out that I haven't spoke to in a while. Actually, I'll put the banner on for my store just in case you ever want to shop over there. I actually put on an extended sizes. So I have extended sizes in my store. I don't call it like plus size. I think that's an ugly word. I like the word curvy, but I used to work at a store called Curve and Cloth, so I don't like to use that word. So we go with extended sizes at my store, or Poppy extended, but it's just going to be Poppy and Ari. It's all going to be the same name. But with that store, I did like a curvy woman today. And it did really well, because I think a lot of people think I only sell small clothes. So someone said, do you ever take a day off? And no, I don't, Margot. Actually, I did. I didn't. I took a live off one day, but then I did like 4 pre-recordeds. But I am going to take some time off. I keep saying I'm going to do that, but I am going to do it here soon, the next couple weeks. Just to like rest and stuff. But that's why I wanted to get like my store kind of done too, some pictures. Because it's like just a cute little spot over there. I need to make that, I don't know. I feel like I should make that into a room for Vincent, because I have this room now, but I can't put the clothes in here because then it would be just too much. Really, Lisa? Someone else came in the chat. Elliot was in the chat last night, and he's blind. And I'm blind, and now you have, wow, we're all just blind. Because he was like, Tanya, you're blind. And I was like, yeah. In my right eye. Yes, there we go. Well, they're all mannequins, but I do have some pictures of me. Actually, the picture of me on my YouTube page is this picture. I don't know if I can show it to you. Share this tab here. This picture here is That's a dress in my store. And then that's the store in the background. And then I have a website. But yeah. And I have like candles and jewelry and all kinds of stuff. I just don't have shoes. That would be so bad if I had shoes. It's a little odd to rush the destruction of the crime scene. Samantha, I don't really think it is personally. I did the math on it the other day. We did a live on it. They did these 3D dimensional scans to where they have like the whole crime scene scanned out. And then also what was I going to say? They scanned out the crime scene. Oh, the prosecution had the crime scene for 7 weeks. They've had it for 11. And they both have said on the prosecution side and on the defense side that they no longer need the house. Like all of their stuff's done inside. So, I mean, I don't see why not go ahead and destroy it. I personally think it's good for the students that live around that house to have to look at that every day. They have to look at that blood on the outside of the house. That's the only thing I think of. But what do you guys think? Really? You're legally blind too, Pamela? I think you told me that maybe before. Oh, sad Michelle said, like, if I disappeared or died, she would not even notice. Probably say she's busy or working. You can't be too busy for 2 years. No. My brother did that to my mom, though. I wish that was a beer. I'm just kidding. I don't drink, but because I was like, I'm going to talk about my mom and my brother. But no, my brother, when my brother, I don't know, and I don't know if she's married, but when my brother got married, my mom was like, and she knew that day would happen. My mom was so smart. My mom was incredibly smart. Like, she told me one day, because I said something like, I think it was right around the time my brother was getting married. This was 20 years ago, over 20 years ago now. And my brother, what it was and is a mama's boy. And I was like, Mom, what are you going to do when Danielle, that's my sister-in-law, is like, she takes your boy away, you know? And my mom was like, well, that's what happens when you reach a certain age and you get married. I'm still your mother, but you're a significant other. That's your family now. Because, you know, my mom said at some point, I'm going to pass, but your wife's still going to be here and your family and your kids, and that's your family. That's your legacy, and that's what moves on. But I don't ever think she should ghost you. I'm not saying it like that towards you or anything. But my mom would feel that way too. Because my brother didn't come up to see her as often or call her. I remember my mom said one time, and you can use this on your daughter if you want, tell her, if she says that she doesn't have time, my mom told my brother, everybody shits. That's what she said. She's like, everybody shits. She's, hello, crime curious. She's probably like, what am I coming into? But she was like, you have 5 minutes a day without your kids, without your wife, to call your mother. And you know how many times he did? Never. But you need to make sure she knows how you feel, because the day that my mom passed away, my brother hugged me and squeezed me tighter than he ever did. And he thanked me for being there for her. Because that's what he did. And you know what? My mom said about that, she said, I don't see any family unless they're dying. My mom said, don't let anybody, I don't want a funeral, Tanya. She told me this one night. We talked about a lot of things. She said, I don't want a funeral. If they are not going to come and see me when I'm alive, they're damn sure not going to look at me when I'm dead in the coffin and then say, oh, I'm sorry now, you know? And so when my mom passed, we literally, my brother and I, we were in her room, I think for maybe at less than 2 minutes. And I said, it's time to go, because I wanted her wishes to be, you know, upheld. She didn't have a funeral. We did a celebration of life party for her a couple years later, and it was beautiful. And we put her with my dad, and it was beautiful. Crime Curious said, if only my ex-mother-in-law understood that, she made me feel like I was the other woman. Really? That's so sad. See, my mom was like, great. She was just, because like most mother-in-laws are just like like that. They're like, this is my baby. That's my baby. You know, and my mom was like the opposite. She was like, no, he goes. And, you know, she was probably like, she knew I'd still be there, but you just, it's just like, sometimes it's just too late, you know? I wouldn't mind getting cremated though, Cheryl. Do you not want to get cremated? You could get buried. I think if you just, I don't know how much you'd have to put back though. And I know that being on disability that's not an income. Like that's nothing, because my mom was on disability and I felt for her every month. I felt for her because she worked so hard for so many years and she didn't want to quit her job. She got RA in her back, so she had to quit her job. So I can understand. I can relate. I was there with my mom through all that. And it was hard. So maybe that's why another, reason why maybe it's hard. It's really hard on her to see that. Because I know with my mom, it was hard to see. Oh, I could tell probably Susie Blue's mom. She said my mom was feisty. She said blood is thicker than water. Yeah. My mom would say that too. If it came down to it though, if like my brother came home and was like, Danielle did something, my mom would be like, what'd she do to my boy? You know? Oh, Michelle says she wants to be cremated, and then her kids can split the ashes. That's what we did. So my brother did it. He was like, I don't want any part of mom. Like, I don't want, any of her ashes. And I worked at a store at the time, and they're actually out there. I'll have to show it to you one day. It's a ceramic container I got. It's beautiful. It's cream, and it has a dove on top of it. And I had my mom cremated, and my brother had given me the ashes. So I wanted to make a necklace, a little bit with a necklace, and then I wanted to make just that to have. And then I made my brother one because I knew he would eventually want it, like he would want her there. And Vincent actually did it all for me. I got gloves on. I'm ready to like get into the ashes to put them into the thing, like the baggies and stuff. And he's like, I got it. Where did this guy come from? Heaven? Like, who does that for someone? He got hands in there too, hands deep. And I'm just like, that's my mom. It was kind of, we kind of like laughed in a weird way because he didn't get to meet her. But yeah, he helped me. Oh, Margot, mine too. I do have my son and my grandparents from my late husband's side. Oh, you even have a late husband. Oh no. I bet your son keeps you on your toes though. No conspiracy theories says, I really like this channel, Grizzly, and just about one more. These channels like to stick with the information out there and vetted, not come up with their own conspiracy theories. Yeah, that's what I try. We try to do that. We really do. And then towards the end of the live, we always just talk about whatever people are just wanting to talk about. I try to stay on and I try to, give some friendly advice. I'm not a doctor or nurse, but I've been through a hell of a lot. I could probably be one at this point, a surgeon maybe even. Oh, my son didn't understand why his dad was cremated unlike his sister. Did he have to be? You would sleep in a bed coffin, Princess Mega Elsa. I could see you doing that. I could see it. Vincent is awesome. He really is. I don't know how he puts up with me some days, but I think he felt so bad for me because I was like crying because I felt so bad. Because I was just like, oh my God, I just got this for my birthday in October. And I'm not someone to lose stuff. Oh, Summer, she being funny. She's always funny. Actually, let me see. I hope Teresa's doing okay. If you're listening, Teresa, I hope that you're feeling okay. Tell the nurses to give you the good stuff for bed. She knows what she's doing. That's what's good. Actually, I wanted to check my email to see if anything came through. Because, I thought I heard something. Hold on a second. Let me check something out real quick. Or maybe we'll talk about it actually tomorrow on the live. I was trying to see if I could go to my subscriptions here. Let's see. I'm so confused. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even know that Teresa had sent that. She's the best. You guys are the best. If there's ever a time, you know, that something happens and you guys, my mods, this to my mods, or to all of y'all, but especially my mods, and you guys can't make it for a live, don't ever worry. Even if I'm in here by myself, I know these guys would have my back. They wouldn't let any trolls get me, you know, so I just want to make sure you guys know that. But always email me if you can, because I want to know what's going on with you. Yeah, she's in the hospital, but she's okay. She's okay. It's nothing like with her cancer or anything. So that's, I thought it was going to be some, like, I think it's like, it's an okay. Like she got fixed up and she'll be out tomorrow. So, but when I saw that in the chat, I'm like, oh gosh. Because I didn't see her message. Sometimes I don't see them, or if they come in over here, it's hard to like see. I think we're gonna get me a taller monitor instead of a wider one. They make them taller. Cheryl, I have never heard more truer words. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but no one wants to die. Is that a song? Because that's really good. Oh, thanks, Margot. Oh, okay. I'll have to check my emails here soon. Because I haven't been on them today. Oh. Okay. Oh, I got Summers. Oh, Summer, I'll have to send you a picture of my whiteboard that I've got going. I may Vincent hang up some boards today. He was like, Tanya, really? I have to hang stuff. Most days I wake up trying to find a reason to live. Oh, other days, because I miss my 27-year-old son so bad, and I live alone with my dog and have MS, and my 3 adult daughters care but are married with kids. Oh. I understand. I mean, I don't, but I do. I understand from the point of view of somebody that had to tell their, so I told my mom, my dad was killed. I had to be the one to tell her. He was killed in a car accident. So after that, my mom couldn't be without me. Like she was missing her other half. I mean, 30 years. So instead of, I don't know, I couldn't leave her. I don't know. I couldn't leave my mom like that. So for up until 3 months before she passed away, that was when I left. Cheryl, I don't know how I do most days, but I do listen whenever I'm in a really, like, if I'm really upset, I listen to music. That really does help. I think we do need Mental Health Monday. I think that sounds good. Summer has, and I have too. I got me a whiteboard going, got me some stuff going. I haven't got my little certificate up there from my store. I just was moving stuff around in the house today. Well, Vincent was. Yeah, I'm so happy for this chat. We have a good chat. Good, clean, fun. But we will do it live tomorrow. I want to go over Scotty Morris case more. I want to see, actually, I'm going to check Facebook. I don't think they've updated anything on Scotty Morris, but just the way he was found, I mean, I'm seeing in like, I've heard like that there are like Facebook groups that have all this stuff that, because they're like right in the area that, you know, other people don't know. So I need to get on there. Oh, Janet, your son was your best friend. Oh, that's how my mom and my brother were. Yes. That's the truth. That is the truth. Feels like home base here. Oh, you're welcome. It doesn't, that's what, it's so crazy because my channel was so small when I was a trauma channel. And it seems like a lot of us have traumas. I mean, and I'm glad I'm a true crime channel now. I'll never go back to completely just being like trauma, but I will definitely do both. Definitely will do both. Because there's more people out there that need help. Like especially for my own thing with missing an eye, there's not a lot of like makeup tutorials out there to do. I'm not very good at makeup, but I could probably help somebody else that's worse than me, So we're all a little fucked up. Ashley said, yeah, that's what's so great about being here. I should put that in my about me. If you're a little fudged in the head, come hang out with us or in your body. Who has the most titanium now? I don't know. I might have to change my name and give it to one of you guys. I know we can all relate, and that is great. Tomorrow is Monday. I wonder what time we should do our live tomorrow. Do we have any court dates tomorrow? What's tomorrow's date? Sarah Boone's going to be on our pretrial conference coming up on the 28th. That'll be Tuesday. But her trial doesn't start till April 10th. And that's all I've got, yeah. We'll have to look around. You have 4 toes on each foot? Did they get like frostbitten or something? Or were you born like that? That would be fun, Summer, and meet and greet. Shell art? I don't know. What is shell art? What's that? Like, are you talking about like with seashells? Anytime after 6? Okay. I could do that. Maybe we'll do like a 7:15 live. So it's a little earlier. But you know me, I'll probably be on at 8:15. It's that dang sun going down later. It's getting me to stay up later. Oh. And then you came out of it stronger and better than you were. But I can understand that. I did that too. I had a big mistake. Oh, Michelle Art was a YouTuber that was covering this case. Oh, I don't know. Her name's Michelle Art. I can look her up. I haven't heard of her. Has anyone else heard of her? Because did her channel get taken down? Yeah, I don't know. Shell art is a train wreck. Oh. Is it like a drama channel or something? Or is she like a psychic or something? Oh, the time change. I know, I'm loving this time change too. Chronicles of Olivia's stopped posting. So something's weird because she got a huge amount of subscribers. I mean, I'm talking thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands, and she hasn't posted anything. So I don't know how that works, but I don't know. I don't know why she did that. Her videos disappeared overnight, Kay? I don't know. She's a little out there. What does she talk about? I've never heard of her. Oh, man. Dr. Thrift, too, just gone. Wow. No, Kay has not emailed me back. See you tomorrow. That's a promise. I didn't mind Olivia when she wasn't with the cast of, you know, the A team. She is good at photo or for like doing editing and stuff, and her videos are good. I think that the people she was hanging around with, maybe she shouldn't have been, but what about her TikTok? I don't know if she does her TikTok. I know, maybe I should email. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to email her again. Because I told her, I said, just, you know, like, at least just tell me you're okay. Like, because a lot of people, like, and well, maybe those people, and this is just, I don't know, the creators you were talking about, but sometimes people will start a case and they'll get really invested in it. And then they realize that if you want to be like a YouTube true crime creator, you need to be able to step out and do multiple cases. But some people can't, they can't do that. Like, they can't retain all that information. And it's not saying that these people are doing that, but I've noticed that a lot with, like, you know, after the Kylie Rodney case, a lot of people fell off. Quentin Simon, a lot of people fell off after the Quentin Simon case. It's, you know. Oh yeah, Margo, they're all a Hot Mess Express. Did Molly get her channel back yet? I don't even know what it's about, but I just heard a lot of people were saying. So Kay, she was Crime with Kay was her name. She had a YouTube channel, and she was always in our chat, Cheryl, and she was just always here. And her OCDs were getting to her real bad, so she deleted all of her videos. So, like, right there, I mean, that just shows you right there. Someone can just delete them and go. Oh, wow. Yeah, I have a TikTok too. I actually did. Oh, I'll put it on the bottom of the screen, but I know that Summer's been putting it in there tonight. I've been trying to do better on my TikToks, like putting them out and stuff. Where is it at? And then Twitter is really good too. Yeah, I'll just use that banner. That's fine. But because when something, I'm tweeting all the time, it seems like. 2-week ban. Oh, wow, Margo. She's going to be, I don't know what she's going to do. You're getting hungry, Cheryl? Me too, actually. What time is it? 10:33? Oh, wow. It's not even that late. I don't feel like. Yeah, no, I can't do it. I know. I need to start posting on mine more too. Tweet, tweet. I know. I like Twitter. I'm starting to tweet it out. And then there's Elliot Popeyes, he says. Oh, actually, I was going to see if there was anything. I don't think there's anything on Twitter. Oh, do you remember the days that we used to just look on Twitter at Brian Koberger stuff to see if we could find stuff? And there was always stuff there. I miss those days. Let's see if those documents came through. They didn't. We all know that. We all know it. Yep. Hopefully Ashley's not, you know, waiting on them. You're banned on TikTok. How did you get banned, Summer? What were you doing on the TikTok to get banned? I know. Popeye sounds good. I'm actually hungry. Margo, I'm the same thing. Like, I don't do Facebook, Instagram. I do Twitter for, you know, the YouTube channel, and I try to do TikTok to put some stuff out there. You've never been on TikTok? It's not too bad. I mean, don't get on it if you don't want to spend the rest of your life on TikTok. I don't get on TikTok. I don't watch TikToks. That's the difference. I will lose myself for days just scrolling through. So I will post them and then I just jump the heck off. Or if I have a message or something, I'll listen to that. But I am going to go ahead and jump off of here since Vincent has to go to work early in the morning. And we will have a live tomorrow. I want to do a members only live too. So we'll have one of those this week as well. You can't even appeal it? Can you make a new one? I don't know if you can make a new one, but TikTok eats my soul, Janet said. Yeah, I know. It's bad. If I get on Facebook, Princess Megan, I was like, oh my Lord, it's so depressing. It's probably my age group, but they're all just having midlife crisis right now. Or they're all at the bar drinking because it's the old town I used to live in. That's what they're still doing. Yeah, I do YouTube a lot. But I am going to jump off of here. Good night, everybody. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for my super chat there, Summer. I'm going to have to put that towards me a new little case or something. But I'll see you guys tomorrow on the live. I love you, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.